As President of the Netherlands Union, I'm happy to present you now with the reports of the Netherlands Union from its different departments.
Hello, my name is Joanne Balk and I am responsible for the Service Center, Publications and Bible Correspondence School in the Netherlands. Last year we celebrated our 70th birthday of the Bible Correspondence School. Nowadays we even have digital courses. Students can make their homework immediately online if they like and send us their questions by email. Every quarterly we send all our students and former students a magazine and also invite them to our churches to attend Sabbath school. And for that purpose we add a Bible calendar with the same texts and questions as is found in the Sabbath school quarterly. And many students make use of that possibility. And so even every now and then a Bible student asks for baptism. Last year 5 of our students got baptized and we're very thankful for that.
Hi, my name is Madeleine Convalius and I have the privilege to serve some wonderful people like our children and families, our teens and singles, and our women and youth. We are a very lucky country because we are very small, and that's why we can easily organize national events and trainings. And one of our highlights is our Kids Rally. Children between 4 and 12 years old come together to have a super Sabbath. On this Sabbath, a biblical theme comes to life by theater, music, and different activities. There's a lot of things going on, but there's still a lot of work to do. So please keep us in your prayers, and you are always welcome to come and join one of our events.
In the Netherlands, we think church planting is the way to grow the church. So as far as church growth is concerned, we still are working on that after 17 years. The training of future planters is not done by the professional, it's done by former church planters, which are all lay members. Not only inside our church, also the biggest church, the biggest Protestant church in the Netherlands, the Dutch Reformed Church, makes use of our church planters to train their teams. They regard us as forerunners on the field of church planting. We train our church members of regular churches and the church plants that community involvement is a very important part for reaching people. And the evangelistic day in 2016 in the end was fully geared at making people aware of community services. In our mission festival this year we had May Ellen and Gasper Colon with us to train us in community involvement. We of course want to plant churches that also become churches. October 14 we celebrated the organization of Speranza, a new church in Lelystad. It started out as an Antillean project, but as you can see, the open house, their way of reaching people by eating with them, reaches many communities, many races, many cultures. And so now in the end it's a Dutch-speaking church. And we finished the ceremony with this baptism. On the field of health, we translated the materials of Journey to Wholeness. It's a support program for people dealing with issues. 40 Dutch people, Dutch members, were trained by Katja Reinert and David Salasek from Andrews University to lead out in such groups. Not only them were there, also we had people from all over Europe, leaders of the health departments, to be trained in this area as well.
Hey, hello, I'm Jacob Engel here. I'm since last summer the new Secretary for Sabbath School and Ministerial Association. 2 highlights. The first one concerns the Sabbath School. We have 2 booklets per year. In one booklet we have 2 quarters. This is quarter 3, this is the 4th quarter, which we are dealing with now, the letter to the Romans. Our lesson for the week is for the adults, a few pages from Sunday to Friday, and 2 pages to go deeper, to have a focus on one specifically Bible passage. And 1 page for the youth, specifically for the youth, with a QR code so that they can search for a specific film at YouTube which relates to the topic which we are discussing. The second highlight concerns ministerial association. We have several workshops and lectures for lay members so that they can learn how to preach, because we need people to preach. And we give them several lectures during several nights and workshops so that they can train how to preach. When they pass the exam, they will get a certificate. For this specifically exam, it was Preach License number 1. We have 3 licenses, and number 1 is the first one, of course, and then the second and the third, which will deepen their knowledge. But this one is for number 1. And last, the 31st of October, we had such an exam, and 10 members passed the exam very well. So, we thank God for all the talents and gifts He gives us, and that we may build His kingdom.
The constituency meeting last May presented us with a dream for the coming years. That as a church, first, we are actively involved in the community that we live in. Secondly, that we as a union embrace unity in diversity. And third, that all people living in this country come into contact with Jesus Christ and His love. That is quite a big dream. But the session also expressed certain issues that we as a Netherlands Union will have to address in the coming years. First, we have to build leaders. We have to train leaders on union level, but also in the local churches. Secondly, we have to build trust. We have to build trust communities, because the Netherlands Church is very polarized over certain issues, and it is important that we come together again, because we need all of us and we cannot live without one another. We have to build trust. Together we have to reach out to our communities with the gospel. So evangelism is and stays a top priority. Then we have to address the young people. Young people are the future of the church, and there must be a strong emphasis on youth ministry and family ministries. Another thing altogether is how to build up and strengthen the faith of the people who are members of the church in the Netherlands. It is important that we help them to grow in Christ, that they become more like Jesus, and especially that we put prayer as a central place in our church communities. And last but not least, stewardship. Stewardship has to be on the agenda of the Netherlands Union once again. And when you look at it from a biblical point of view, stewardship is the heart of the gospel. These are the issues that we will have to address, and I hope that you will pray for the work in the Netherlands Union. Thank you.